Guru, what is the effect of japas or mantras? Repeating sacred syllable or formula as a means to realize the self. Diversion. The mind is a channel, a swift current of thoughts. A mantra is a bund or dam put up in the way of this current to divert the water where it is needed. Some years ago, I have been initiated into 2 mantras and was enjoined to repeat them a minimum number of times each day. I have been doing it regularly, but now after entering the ashram, I have no mind to do it. I fear the consequences of non-observance of the instructions of my initiation. Just because you have done so much japa, its merit brought you here. Why should you now fear when you are enjoying the fruits of your japa? What is the relationship between self-enquiry and repetition of sacred syllables, mantra, japa? Self-enquiry itself is mantra, japa, tapas, sacrifice and yoga. Does it mean that for those practicing self-enquiry, it is unnecessary to repeat mantras? Self-enquiry is the source, the essence of all mantras. All that it means is that one should not be attached to the mantra as such. Sometimes, involuntarily, enquiry and japa overlap. What is one to do then? As a result of previous practice, even without effort, it happens. But can enquiry or japa take place without the I or the mantra? While doing self-enquiry, sometimes one reaches a blank. Whether blankness is seen or fullness is seen, there is the one to see it. Find out who it is that sees the blankness. The reply is me. Find out who that I is. If one inquires, blankness which appears due to habit would disappear. When there is any kind of perception, one must inquire. Then what remains is the I. I have heard the Vichara Marga of yours, but I have no clear conception of it. It is to sit in a quiet place and ask oneself the question, who am I, repeatedly, or meditate on that question as on a mantra? No, it is not repeating the question or meditating on who am I. It is to dive deep into yourself and seek the place from where the I thought arises in you and to hold on to it firmly to the exclusion of any other thought. Continuous and persistent effort would lead to the self. What should one do in order to remain free from the thought as advised by you? Is it only the inquiry, who am I? Only to remain still. Do it and see. But it is impossible. Exactly. For the same reason, the inquiry, who am I, is advised. Vedantic text recommends a fasting strongly. Please clarify. They do not mean that you should abstain from eating food or drinking water. All that is meant is that without causing hardships to the body, one should eat the limited quantity of food and do meditation. How am I to rise above my present animal existence? My own efforts in that direction have proved futile. I am convinced that it is only a superior might that can transform me, and that is what has brought me here. You are right. It is only on the awakening of the power mightier than the sense and the mind that these can be subdued. If you awaken and nurture the growth of that power within you, everything else will be conquered.